Hi guys. When someone has trouble with the network in their Sandnet, I have something of a checklist of things that I go through. So I'm going to go through them with you here so that hopefully you guys can solve some of your own configuration problems. So the first thing we look at is the actual virtual network in the VM, in VMware. So we're going to go to Edit, Virtual Network Editor. This might take a minute to pop up. And here you should see at least VMnet 9. It's important that it's set to host only, that it's connected, and that the subnet address is 172.29.1.0. Your subnet mask should also be 255.255.255.0. If any of those things are otherwise, then you have a problem. You can have other networks here. You might have fewer or more than me. All that's really important are the settings of your VMnet 9 network. So the next thing I check is to make sure that both of the VMs are connected to that network. So in this case, we're going to go to the actual VM we're interested in this case my Win764, right-click, Settings. Here we're going to go to the network adapter and make sure that we're set to Custom VMnet 9. We're going to do the same thing with our Linux VM. Right-click, Settings, network adapter, again should be set to custom and should be set to VMnet 9. The next thing I check are the configurations within the actual virtual machines. So let's start with Windows. We're going to want to go to the Network and Sharing Center. So we'll click on the start bar and type in Network and Sharing. Then we're going to click on this Change Adapter Settings here on the left. We're going to right-click the local area connection and select Properties. We're going to uncheck IPv6. Notice that it is unchecked. We're going to click on IPv4, then click on Properties. And we're going to make sure that these are all set appropriately. 172.29.1. I believe in your case 20. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Default gateway 172.29.1.10. You want to use the following DNS server address. Make sure that radio button is checked. And then the preferred DNS server should be 172.29.1.10. All of that's okay, and we're going to close that and go check out things on the Remnix side. On the Remnix side, there are two files that we'll need to check. The first is the file that sets the preferences for the network. That is a file located in /etc/netplan/01-netconfig.yaml. We're going to open that with Site, which is just a basic graphical text editor. This is what that file should look like. It needs to look exactly like this. If so much as a colon is missing, it will not function properly. Take a minute to make sure that your file matches mine exactly. Once the files match, we'll save with Control-S and close the netplan. Next, we need to make sure that Remnix is actually applying this netplan. To do that, we're going to issue the command sudo netplan apply. Once we issue that, we're going to run an ifconfig for ENS33, the name of our interface. That's going to show us that we've been assigned, this machine's been assigned the IP address 172.29.1.10 with netmask 255.255.255.0. That's exactly what we want. So if everything matches up until now and your Sandnet's still not working, the last place to look is in the Remnix config. The Remnix config is located in the inetsim folder under etc. So we're going to go ahead and open that config and take a look at some of the common problems. Again, we'll use site. See if we can make that a little bigger. There are 3 changes that you have to make to this file for our Sandnet to work. The first is that you have to uncomment this command to start service DNS. By default, this is commented, but not even our ping test will work if start service DNS is not uncommented. The next thing you need to do is to set the service bind address to 172.29.1.10 and uncomment this line. The last change that you need to make is a little bit further down into this config, and is to uncomment this line and set the DNS default IP to 172.29.1.10. If everything matches what you've seen in this video and your Sandnet's still not working, please contact me or a TA, or both, and we will do everything we can to help you.